Have you ever wanted to learn to cook but just didn't know where to start?
Well, we're the guys from Sorted Food and we've teamed up with Co-op to create Now Cook It.
Check out this video from the course.
In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to poach the perfect egg. Now, there's 101 different ways and methods out there. Everyone's got their own personal preference, but this method will work if you follow it to the T. There's two things to bear in mind. One, the egg itself. Use a hen's egg. Go for medium size to pair up with the timings we're going to give you, and the key is it has to be fresh. Also, if you do store your eggs in a fridge to increase their shelf life, then make sure you bring up to room temperature. Cooking eggs at room temperature is much easier. You can do that by just submerging it in warm water in a glass for a couple of minutes. Secondly, the water itself. So you want a big pan with plenty of water, a good depth to it, and you want to heat that up to a temperature that we're going to poach in. So bring it up to the temperature with a lid, it's much quicker. And what you're looking for poaching is a few bubbles on the bottom of the pan that are just breaking the surface. If that's difficult to get an eye on, then you can always take it to boiling, reduce it down to simmering, and then poaching just by turning the heat off. While it is coming up to temperature, if you're not confident at cracking eggs without risk of breaking the yolk or getting some shell in, then you've got plenty of time and you can crack some into ramekins or a small dish, bowl, coffee cup, teacup, whatever. It gives you more control later on when you're lowering the eggs into the water. This can be done with just the back of a knife, thumbs into the break, and just crack it into a ramekin. Alternatively, you could always just crack it on the side of the dish and do exactly the same thing. Now that the water is at the poaching temperature we want, we're going to add a little bit of salt. That not only seasons the water, but it'll also help the egg stay together when it goes into the pan. And now to poach. So the eggs in the ramekin, one after another, are just going to go into the pan. Because they're in the ramekin, it's really simple. And you want to leave those on a very, very gentle poach, so not too much movement, for 2 or 3 minutes for a room temperature egg. But more importantly, you can see exactly when it's done because you can lift it out of the water with a slotted spoon and just tap on the top. You want a soft yolk, but the whites should all be set. The advantage of this method is you can have multiple eggs in the same pan at the same time, much easier than the swirling method, where you can only do one at a time. After 2 or 3 minutes with a slotted spoon, you can scoop it out. And the time will vary depending on your water temperature and the temperature of your eggs when they went in, but that's what you're looking for, a nice bouncy yolk, but the white is all set. Just drain it on a little bit of kitchen paper so it's not too watery, and then onto the plate that you're serving. Finish by seasoning to taste, and what you should have is the perfect runny yolk every single time.